Okay, we're back. This time I'm going to show you how to make this quick lamp for the table. I already made one, but we're going to make one similar to that. So I'm going to grab both of them and I'm going to group them into one single piece. Let's group. Center the pivot. I'm going to name it lamp. Alright, and I'm going to click on this button to place it into a layer and hide it. So this way I can make a brand new one. Alright, I'm going to start with the lampshade. And remember, the desk and the chair, I've placed the chair also into the desk layer so I can template it like so. Alright, you can also template it and work this way. I'm going to start with a cone, which is right over here. Make sure you're on the polygon menu set. Start with a cone. I'm going to move the cone up over here. I'm also going to make it a little larger. So use the scale tool and grab the middle to scale it to the size you need. In the input for the cone, I need the subdivision height to be 2. And I need the cap, which is, mine is currently set at 0. Yours might be at 1. 0 means there's no lines that goes in the center. I need my cap to be 2, like so. Alright. Right click, select the edge mode, double click on this edge, and you can move it up and down, and that would be the shape of your lamp. So I think I like it just about there. Right click, select my face component, and delete the faces up top. I'm going to go back to the edge mode, select the edge right in here, use the scale tool, and scaling from the center, I'm going to grab them and scale them out. Right click, change to the face component, shift click all these faces at the bottom. The lampshade needs to have a hole at the bottom for the light to shine through. And we're going to simply delete. Okay? Alright, now what we're going to do next is to create, if you look, the lamp has a thickness at the bottom but not on the top. So we need to add some thickness to the top of the lamp. And I'm going to select, right click, go to the edge component, select this edge right here on the inside. And this time we're going to extrude an edge. Alright, we've been extruding faces, but we're going to extrude an edge. I'm going to hit extrude. Instead of using these tools, I'm going to press W to just move that edge up. And you can see that as I move up, it's going to look like this. Move to the top of the lampshade, something like this. I'm going to hit R for scale and scale it back in. Something like that. Right, that'll give some thickness to the top of the lamp. Right now there's an open hole between this edge and this edge, so we're going to use a bridge tool to bridge them together. So with the edges, with this edge selected, shift double click to select the edge out on the outside, like that. We're going to go to edit mesh, bridge. Open the option. If you were working on the same thing we did before, working on a chair, you may want to reset this for now. Alright, and hit apply. And first it's going to look a little funny, but you can go to the bridge input in the channel box. Under the bridge offset, highlight the word, middle mouse click and drag so it's nice and smooth, and middle mouse click and drag the divisions until you get something that looks decent. Go back to the offset. There you go. Okay. So for my lamp, the offset was 7 and there was no divisions. All right. You can now take this edge and you can move it up slightly. So it forms a nice edge on the top. Let's see what happens when we scale it in. There you go. Okay. So the lamp has both the thickness on the top and the bottom. Right click, object mode, and your lampshade is done. Edit by type, delete history, and you can name it. I've already got a lampshade, so I'm going to call it lamp underscore shade. Hopefully Maya will take that. Okay, good. Alright, to make the base for the lamp, we're going to use the tool that we talked about in class, using a curve and the revolve tool. So I'm going to go to a view where I can see the center of my grid. And if you can't see it, press the letter A. So this is the y-axis. That's very important. Okay. So it doesn't matter what size you start with the base. We can always resize later. So you're going to go to the Create CP Curve tool. Open the options. Make sure your options is set to 3 cubic. Okay. If not, you can select 3 cubic. And holding down the X, we're going to snap the first point over here. Second point, third point, fourth point, we'll snap it here. Release the X key. I'm going to snap, not going to snap, we're going to make the rest of the lamp base right over here. And at this point, you could be as creative as you want. Even if you mess up, we can fix it later. So I'm going to make like a little curve for my lamp right over here. It's going to go up and it's going to curve again. It's going to go up. Something like this, okay? Q to drop the tool. In order to edit the points, you can go to right-click, go to Control Vertex, and let's say these are too wide, I can move them in. I can also take this point and move it down to make the lamp base flat on the bottom. Take this one, and I scoot it over to make it nice and smooth. Still a little too wide for the base. Take this point, scoot it in. Take all of these points and scoot them in slightly. Alright, take that one, scoot it in. You can edit the shape of your curve because it'll control how your lamp shape is done in a three-dimensional view. So let's say we're going to do this. Something like this. Alright. Right click, go back to object mode, select the curve. You will go into change. Notice something right here. Okay, let me fix this. See how it looks funny? Right click, go back to control vertex. Select this one. Make sure it's nice and straight. It's this one. Okay. In object mode, you can select the curve. You're going to go to the surfaces menu right up here. I'm going to choose surfaces, revolve. Open the options. You should be revolving on the y-axis. If not, you can reset the tool. It should be defaulted to y. Hit revolve, and there you have it, a three-dimensional lamp base. Now at this point, you can press the W tool to move it aside, and again center the pivot under modify. The cool thing about using this tool is while the curve is still there and it's still active, if we select the curve and right click, select the curve, right click and go to control vertex. We can also change the way the lamp shade is shaped. So I'm going to grab all of these points because I still think the base is too big. Drop it in. Take this. Drop it in right there. This is a little too wide, too high. And you can also delete additional points if you have too many. Like I don't think I need this one right over here. So hit the delete key. Take this and move it in so it's not quite that sharp. So in other words, you can still edit the shape of your objects after you create them, as long as history is not deleted. Okay, so let's say this is good. I like the way the lamp shade is done. Select the shade, go to edit, delete all by type history. Alright, so now even if I do this, it will not affect the lamp. Alright, at this point we don't need the curve anymore. So you can right click, go back to object mode and select it and delete it. Select the lamp. If you need to resize it, you can. If not, you are going to place it where your lamp shade is. Best way to do it is from the top view, so you can angle them. Press F to frame. Angle them directly in the middle, like so. Okay, I'm going to name this lamp underscore base. I'm going to grab both of them, and I'm going to group them. And name it lamp group. Center the pivot. And I can now move this lamp from my top view to my desk. Look from the side view to make sure that it is placed directly on the desk. And untemplate your reading table. And there you have it. Okay, a simple lamp for your scene. So I have two lamps. There you go. This one was much smaller. So obviously you can now resize it to make it a little tinier if you like. Or you can make it longer and taller and make it a 4 lamp. All right, that's it.